If you ask me personally, I consider this fight to be way more dangerous for Usyk than the previous one. Now we see Daniel Dubois, not a prospect, a young kid anymore.
In the lead-up to the July 19th rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium, the boxing world is abuzz with anticipation. Promoter Alex Krassyuk has intensified the hype, portraying Dubois not merely as a young prospect, but as a matured, sharpened fighter, stepping into the most significant test of his career. However, Krassyuk's narrative seems less about praise and more about setting the stage for a dramatic fall, suggesting
27 being a heavyweight, being the champion of the world now, and he's on his way up. Where Usyk is in his 37 is in a top position now. Yeah, so there is no other space for him to move up.
That while Dubois may be bigger and bolder, against a master like Usyk, it could lead to a more spectacular collapse. Frank Warren, Dubois' promoter, sees this bout as a golden opportunity for his fighter to secure a place in British sporting history. He believes that Dubois isn't just fighting for a title but for redemption and the chance to rewrite the narrative following his controversial loss to Usyk in 2023. Warren insists that with the right mindset, Dubois...
100%. Daniel Dubois is, like I say, Daniel Dubois is a machine, and I'd back Daniel Dubois. If he was fighting anybody else other than Oleksandr Usyk, I'd back him to win.
...has the potential to make history, but only if he seizes this moment. Duke McKenzie, a former world champion, has lauded Dubois' raw power and relentless drive, asserting that the young fighter possesses every tool needed to dominate the division. However, McKenzie acknowledges that Usyk's unmatched experience, elite ring IQ, and technical genius expose a significant gap between the two. While Dubois might be a powerhouse, against a master like Usyk, he appears as a rookie with much to prove. Eddie Hearn, another prominent promoter,
is a chance for Daniel Dubois to go down in British sporting folklore and to go and do the business, reverse that result.
Promoter has expressed cautious optimism about Dubois' chances. He recognizes Dubois' danger but cannot hide his doubts, suggesting that the long layoff after his collapse against Parker has sapped his momentum, leaving him stale and exposed. In contrast, Usyk is described as a machine, sharp, active, and ready for chaos, making the timing of the fight less than ideal for Dubois. Adding a layer of intrigue, Usyk has humorously wagered a 250,000-pound Bentley Bentayga supercar with Frank Warren ahead of the rematch. This playful bet underscores the confidence and psychological gamesmanship at play, with Usyk aiming...
Give Dubois a shot in that fight. It's a good time. I mean, a little bit of inactivity because of the fight falling through against Joseph Parker, but it's exciting, and I think definitely
to secure his legacy as a two-time undisputed champion. The bout promises to be a dramatic showdown, with both fighters preparing intensely for what could be a defining moment in their careers. Amir Khan, while offering some credit to Daniel Dubois, couldn't escape the truth. Oleksandr Usyk operates on an entirely different level. The gulf in class is undeniable, and it's a mountain Dubois may struggle to climb. George Fox, on the other hand, doesn't hold back in his praise for Dubois. He describes him as a true powerhouse with knockout potential capable of altering the course of any fight.
Heavy puncher. In both hands carries dynamite. It's just going to be a case of picking his moments, believing in his work, and there are 3 or 4 fundamental things that he must do, and if he does them...
Dubois' explosive hands, Fox argues, are a lethal weapon that can shift momentum in an instant. But Fox is also quick to point out that brute strength alone won't secure victory. For Dubois to truly rise, he must master timing, discipline, and strategy. Controlling aggression, sticking to the game plan, and executing fundamentals will be the keys to unlocking his full potential. According to Fox, if Dubois gets it right, the heavyweight division could witness a seismic shift. The stakes have never been higher. Dubois has the raw tools to dominate, but the question remains, can he tap into that power when it matters most? Trainer Don Charles is brimming with confidence, Boldly claiming that Usyk won't survive the storm, Dubois is preparing to unleash. After 2 years of rigorous training and team synergy, Charles believes Dubois has transformed.
Usyk, in your opinion, can't cope with that?
No one can. No one can. No one can. We bring our game. Like I said, Daniel has now spent, by the time this fight comes around, he would have spent 2 years, exactly 2 years with this current team.
Smarter, stronger, and more dangerous than ever before. But there's a twist. Usyk isn't new to this kind of threat. He's already dismantled some of the sport's most fearsome punchers with surgical precision. His vast ring experience, calm under fire, and technical mastery make him an enigma few can solve. While Dubois may bring the storm, Usyk has weathered many and emerged untouchable. Few fighters maintain composure under fire like Oleksandr Usyk. While Daniel Dubois enters the rematch brimming with newfound confidence, Usyk remains the calm within the storm, a master at exposing the cracks in an opponent's game. His experience underscores the difference between raw talent and refined mastery. The central question lingers. Can Dubois' sheer strength penetrate Usyk's calm, calculated approach, or will
a mature individual because he's older and wiser, comes from a completely different background? But Daniel Dubois is growing into himself. This will be one hell of a fight. This will be a proper fight, like all of the Usyk fights have been.
Will the Ukrainian champion remain unshaken, untouched, and untouchable? Simon Jordan amplifies the buzz around the rematch, calling it a fight for the ages. While he gives full credit to Usyk's unmatched skill set, championship pedigree, and ring IQ, Jordan's focus is firmly on Dubois. He highlights the young powerhouse's evolution, no longer a rising prospect, but a matured, disciplined force stepping into his own. According to Jordan, this won't be just another title defense for Usyk. Instead, fans are in for an all-out war, perhaps the toughest challenge Usyk has faced yet. Jordan's excitement peaks as he teases the possibility of the heavyweight landscape being flipped on its head. With Dubois approaching his prime, this could be the night that redefines.
Problem. Oleksandr Usyk is the best fighter in boxing, period. Of this generation, what he's done at cruiserweight, what he's done at heavyweight, what he's done to all the other British fighters, to do the double over AJ, the double over Tyson Fury. And look at him, the class he exuded in the interviews earlier. And he knows
the division. Adam Smith, however, delivers a bold counterpoint. He proclaims Usyk the pinnacle of modern boxing, unmatched in both legacy and performance. From conquering the cruiserweight division to seamlessly dominating at heavyweight, Usyk has done what few could dream of. Smith emphasizes Usyk's victories over top-tier opponents, particularly his back-to-back wins over Anthony Joshua. He even speculates that a potential double triumph over Tyson Fury would seal Usyk's fate as the greatest boxer of his generation. For Smith, no one else is operating at Usyk's level, and confidence alone won't dethrone a fighter of his caliber. Duke McKenzie echoes Smith's sentiment, asserting that,
and he believes in himself, and that's why he's talking the way that he's talking right now. He's a different proposition to the one that was boxing Oleksandr Usyk a couple of years ago, and he goes, not just physically, not just mentally, he totally believes in himself.
Usyk is not just making history, he's rewriting it. Meanwhile, Spencer Oliver offers a more detailed analysis of Dubois' transformation. He notes that Dubois has evolved both physically and mentally, emerging with a rock-solid self-belief that's fueling his resurgence. This isn't the same fighter who faced Usyk before, Oliver says. It's not just about his strength, his entire mindset has shifted. Dubois' voice now carries conviction, and Oliver believes that belief itself is a game-changer. But even with this renewed focus and physical development, Oliver questions whether it will be enough to overcome a technician like Usyk. Adam Smith reinforces the point.
He's a beast, he's a good fighter, he's a hard fighter to beat. And I think he'll learn from the mistakes he made in the first fight against Usyk, and it will give him a hard fight. Look, he has the tools to win.
While Dubois' evolution is impressive, beating Usyk requires more than belief and strength. It demands mastery. something Usyk has proven time and again. As the fight approaches, anticipation reaches a boiling point. Dubois may be a different man today, but Usyk remains the same formidable presence, a genius in the ring. And come fight night, the world will witness whether belief and transformation are enough to dethrone a master. Amir Khan has thrown his support behind Daniel Dubois, praising him as a beast with immense potential. Khan believes Dubois has learned valuable lessons from his previous mistakes, especially in his first bout against Oleksandr Usyk, and now sees him as a more prepared, more dangerous.
Especially in Usyk press conference, he's not going to start flipping tables and kicking off and this, that, and the other. He's going to play a few little games and mind games and that. But aside from that, pretty chill and relaxed.
Challenger. However, Khan is quick to offer a dose of realism. Raw power alone won't be enough. While Dubois' strength is undeniable, Usyk's experience, technical precision, and tactical brilliance present a mountain that few can climb. Usyk, Khan notes, is a calculated technician who seizes on even the slightest weakness. Dubois may possess the physical tools, but he still lacks the ring mastery and elite fight IQ required to dethrone a champion of Usyk's caliber. Mahatma echoes this sentiment, emphasizing that Dubois is facing an entirely different level of fighter. Usyk has repeatedly demonstrated his superiority with impeccable timing, ring control, and execution. Against him, brute force won't suffice. Dubois will need a flawless strategy and razor-sharp discipline if he hopes to compete. Bobby Wardley takes a closer look at Usyk's unshakable mindset. He points out that Usyk doesn't resort to drama or emotional antics. Instead, he remains calm and composed, subtly playing psychological games without ever losing his grip. This emotional control, Wardley argues, is part of what makes Usyk so dangerous. In high-pressure moments where others might unravel, Usyk thrives, calculating, adapting, and executing with surgical precision. Wardley believes this mental edge could be the deciding factor. While Dubois brings raw power and hunger, Usyk's composure and tactical genius might ultimately rule the night. So who do you think comes out on top? Dubois' power or Usyk's poise? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.